Hello YouTube, I'm Pedro from the Wicked Cat team. On the following videos we are going to cover light in Unity 5. For today we are going to focus on light probes. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, and if you want more Unity 5 tutorials, remember to subscribe to our channel. Now, as you guys can see, I'm still using the same scene that I used in the last video. On the last lesson, I taught you how to use indirect light in your scene. However, if you remember, that only worked in static game objects. Meaning that if you have dynamic game objects that can be affected by the engine physics, indirect lighting won't work. In order to pass all the lighting information to dynamic objects, Unity 5 presented the light probes. Now, light probes, what they do is they sample the lighting from strategic points in the scene. The lighting at any position can be calculated thanks to the samples taken by the nearest probe. These calculations are fast, so they can be used during gameplay. The use of light probes also helps to avoid the disconnection between lighting of moving objects and static light mapped objects in the scene, like for example our box here. So right now we have a dynamic object in our scene, the sphere, and right now it may seem that is being correctly illuminated. Right, so if you go here, press play, it may seem that our sphere is being correctly illuminated, but if we turn the directional light off, you will notice that illumination that we are having in our scene, in the sphere, is actually ambient light. So in order to have this game object correctly illuminated, you need to have light probes. So let's turn the directional light on again. Now, to add a light probe to an area of your scene is actually quite easy. You can go to Game Object, Light, and you select Light Probe Group, or you can go here and Hierarchy, Create light probe group, and now we have a light. Let's move to the scene. We have a light probe group. You probably guys can double click it here. Yeah, you probably guys can see it here, like these small yellow points in the shape of the box, like the points are vertices. So now you have a light probe in our group. Light probe group in our scene. The next step that you want to do is to put the probes of the group in their right position in the scene. So what we want samples from the area inside our box here. So we want to place the probes in the corners, right here, 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 and down here too, so in the corners of our box. For that you need to position the light probe group. Now the best way to do this is actually changing to an orthographic view. You are now in perspective. To change this to an orthographic, you, for example, select the size, so I selected the right size, and now to change to orthographic view, you go here, click on the cube, and now we have orthographic. So you probably guys can notice the difference. Now what we do is we drag the light probe group into place. Okay, and now what we want is to actually place the light probes in their correct place. So you have the group in place. Now we have to position every single light probe. Now to position a light probe, you can just left click on it and this will allow you to change. Let me just get here. Okay, you can just left click on it, or if you want to move several light probes at once, you can just left click, drag and select the probes you want. So we are going to do that. Let's select these ones here. Whoops, not this. Now one thing that you guys should be careful about is we are actually selecting several objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light probe. Let's see. So okay, so we already have this one's here. Okay, so my bad. Now we are actually going to light probe here. Now you are actually going to you press Control. Yes, so best way to do this so you don't select anything else by mistake is to select the first one, press Control, and you add the following ones. So like this. You now drag these ones to here. Now we select this one, Control again, and now we select that one, moving up. Do the same for down here, move down. Okay, so let's change the view. Yeah, so you guys can see the light probe group is not in place, so let's just place it here. Now we select this one, now Control, drag here, Control, drag. Now I can see that these light probes are a little bit under the area, so let's just drag it a little bit upper right here. Let me see, it seems that they are in place. Okay, so basically this is how you put light probes in place. The ideal is to select several areas where you can place them. Right, for our example, the best place to put them is in the corners. However, there are some cases where you need to have more light probes in your scene than the actual 8 light probes that we have right now. So this will allow you to have the more light probes you have, the better lighting sample you will get. So especially for bigger areas you need to have more light probes. So in order to add more light probes to your scene, you simply select light probes and you go here to the inspector, and on the interface you have this button here, duplicate selected. You click here and now you simply drag the duplicated light probes to their place, just like this. Now let's do the same for here, duplicate selected. Here we have them, and let's just see if we still need to do this here. So Control, now duplicate selected, and we just drag them to the center. Okay, so we have all the light probes we want right now. If you take a closer look to the interface in the inspector, you will also notice that you can have the light probe alone. For example, you can also delete selected light probes. Duplicate selected, I already show you guys how to work with this, and you can also select all the light probes. So let's just go back to orthopedic perspective, I mean, and now you can see I have all the right probes in place. And to see this in action, so let's just place our sphere upper. You can see the light probes being activated. And to see this in place, let's add a rigid body to it so you can have some movement. And let's add a material. Again guys, remember I'm using the example project from Unity 5. So if you guys are using a complete new project, so with no assets to do this, you won't have any materials. You'll have to create your own physics materials. But since I'm using the example project, I'm going to select the rubber material. And now to see the probes in action, let me just see if we have, yes, I think we are good. Let's just press play and see our scene in action. And something is not right because we are having, oh okay, I see. I forgot to turn this off from the last video, so make sure your sphere is not set to static. Okay, so you want it to be a dynamic object. Now we press play, and yeah, I would probably want a more bouncing material, but let me just see if we have zero friction. Perhaps this works better. No, it works even worse. Okay, but you just need to have some movement in order to see. So as you guys can see, once I press play, you can clearly see the difference on the lightning on the sphere. If you guys have still doubts, I will just turn the light probe group off. I will press play. Yeah, so you can hear the sphere is exactly the same from the beginning to the end, but if we actually turn the light probes on, you see the difference? Now it will actually change accordingly to the samples get by the light probes. Okay guys, so this concludes our tutorial on light probes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. On the next video we will talk about point lights and spotlights. Until then, have a nice day.